I looked at my power steering fluid the other day, and it's getting kind of a blackish hue to it, and it should be red. Ford recommends the Mercon V for your power steering fluid. Don't use power steering fluid. And if you have one that was specified to use Mercon, they did a service bulletin and said to switch to the Mercon V. So go ahead and use the V. I'm going to show you the easiest way I know how to actually flush this fluid. It's going to be right down in there by your power steering pump. There's going to be a connector there. If you open that up, the fluid will run out, and then you can turn your wheels a couple times with the engine off, obviously, and get the rest of the fluid out. So I'll show you that. So it's right here. There's a clamp. This rubber hose goes in there, and there's power steering fluid in there. So just get your drain pan in place and squeeze this clamp and slide it up the hose. You can see how black that fluid is. And then with the wheels up in the air, I'm going to turn the steering wheel back and forth and get the rest of the fluid out. Then just replace the hose. Wipe off any fluid that's dripped anywhere, and then put the clamp back on. Check and make sure that you got it on there good, that it doesn't wiggle or move at all. And mine is on there tight. Fill it up with our Mercon V. Don't fill it past the max fill when you're waiting to bleed the air bubbles out. Just stop there, let it pour down into there, otherwise you can spill out the top. And you can repeat the process of filling, running it, draining it until your fluid is red in here. Like I noticed after turning mine several times, the fluid back was kind of blackish colored again. So I went ahead and drained it again. And now at this point the system is full of air, so we need to turn the steering wheel again to get that air out. So what it'll do is it'll push the air up, and the fluid will replace the air. Turn the wheel. So you see that way it didn't spill anything. We're still showing to be at the max level. But like I said, you can do this process as many times as you feel that you need to get your fluid the color that you want it to be. So I did the remove the hose drain, turn the wheels a bunch of times, put the drain back on, and fill it up twice. And that is the color of fluid that came out. So part of that is brand new fluid that went back in. So it shows you it was way past time to do it. You know me, I can't do anything mediocre. So I went ahead and removed this. It's basically an 8mm bolt that holds it down, and then the two hoses just have the same type of metal clamps on them. And I put some denatured alcohol in here and swished it around and dried it out with a towel, because there was some black residue in the bottom of here and I just didn't like the way it was looking. So installation's the reverse of removal. You just put those hoses back over it like that and put your squeeze clamps on, preferably in a way that you can access them next time. Mine were on just crazy. These were not accessible from the top. They were, it's like somebody squeezed them on sideways, I guess assuming that they would never have to mess with them again. But I think you want them to be in here oriented so that you can reach them from the top. So I think you want those clamps where you can get to them from the top. But that's just my preference. If you think they're easier to get to from the side, then put yours in sideways like these were. We'll fill it up with clean fluid and hopefully it'll be red this time and stay red. Like I said, we just want to go no farther than the fill line there, because when we spin the wheel, if it's above that, sometimes it splashes out. See, we've pulled down about a ½ inch to an inch out of here, so I'll replace that. Spin the wheel a couple more times, see if it goes down anymore. And we're holding now. So I'll start it up and we'll see if we get any more air out. No air bubbles in there, I don't see any. So I would call this a success. We'll see how the color holds up. If it gets a lot of black color to it, then I may do this again in a couple weeks or a month or so just to get that fluid to where it's staying red. Hope this was helpful. Appreciate a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not subscribed, and please tell your friends about my channel. Thank you very much.